The Great Resignation is underway. Good afternoon. John Bielek, the Risk Safeguard Advantage podcast. Today we're going to talk about an article I recently read called The Great Resignation is Underway. And to repeat some statistics I said in the opener, 41% of workers globally are thinking about quitting their jobs. A whopping 54% of Gen Z workers said they were thinking about quitting, many of them claiming burnout. It's no longer theoretical. It's here. In April, the number of people quitting their jobs spiked to 4 million. You family business owners and operators out there are feeling this right now because you cannot find people to work for you. You cannot find help, let alone good help. And this article goes through several different industries that are being impacted. And obviously, the first and foremost, most impacted by COVID, leisure and hospitality, has a lot of the statistics being favored that way. But it's not limited to leisure and hospitality. It's global. It's hitting every industry. It's white collar, blue collar, and every collar in between. And one thing this article talks about, it is not just hourly workers in service jobs looking to give their 2 weeks notice. Many salaried, skilled workers, like their hourly counterparts, felt undervalued, overworked, and unheard during the pandemic. To quote someone in the article, foremost workers are taking decisions to leave based on how their employers treated them or didn't treat them during the pandemic. Ultimately, workers stayed at companies that offered support and darted from those that didn't. To continue, the early days of the pandemic reminded us that people are not machines. If you're worried about your kids, about your health, financial insecurity, and covering your bills, and all the things that come with being human, you're less likely to be productive. And we were worried about all of those things over the last year and a half, and people continue to be worried about those things. It's why you're sensing a growing mental health crisis in our country. People have been living under stress for a long period of time, and as we know, fitness cognizant people, stress is terrible for the body, it's terrible for the psyche, and it's terrible for productivity. So as a business owner, we need to start paying attention to these things. Here's another side effect of all of these statistics that you're all well aware of. Wage inflation has been the greatest in certain industries because of labor shortages and increased hourly worker turnover. Employers are having to pay more to attract and retain workers. Some of the biggest increases are in where workers were put under the most stress during the pandemic. I'm going to go down the top 5 or 6. Average hourly earning increase by industry. Transportation and warehousing, 17.7%. Leisure and hospitality, 15.1%. Retail, 8.9%. Other services, 7.5%. Construction, 7.4%. That's right, the construction industry that was deemed essential, that was working all the way through, had to raise wages 7.5% because of the labor shortages. And manufacturing 6.7%, and it goes on from there. But you're getting the point. Anytime we have to increase wages, we're getting squeezed. I think that's probably the way that most business owners feel right now. They're getting squeezed in every direction. We have emerging risk. We have an administration that is not particularly friendly to businesses, and we're getting squeezed that way. And ultimately, employees are not the only ones feeling burnt out and tired. Business owners are as well. This article hits on it. I'm going to put this article up because I think it's very interesting and it talks about a lot of what's going on right now. But as we always talk about every week, what does this mean for your company? What does this mean for your risk management program? And as the great Herb Brooks said, great opportunities, great moments are born from great opportunities. And I changed that a little bit to mean great opportunities come from great challenges. The good news about this article is it's talking globally, universally. It's not impacting any one specific employer. It's impacting every employer. So if you figure out a mousetrap better than your competitors right now in this environment to give yourself an advantage, boy, what opportunity lies ahead for us. The challenges are vast, but so is the opportunity. And that's the American spirit. That's what we celebrated last week for our patriotic podcast. The entrepreneurial spirit of U.S. business owners never ceases to amaze me, that we are always finding opportunity and challenges, and this one is no different. So let's talk about a few things with regards to your risk management program. We already talked about factors affecting employees right now. Well-being, family matters, working conditions, support. Right now, more than ever, employers are looking at their employee benefit offering to see if there's enhancements that can be made to attract workers. For so many years, employers have had to maintain and control costs as their primary focus of their employee benefit program. Besides offering a robust program, they've all been cognizant of cost containment. Now employers are saying cost containment's important, but what's more important is we have something that attracts good people to us. This is a challenge. I'm going to launch a star next week if he accepts. Matt Bauer, president of Sinclair Risk and Financial Management, who also happens to be an employee benefits expert. This is your challenge to come on the podcast next week, Matt. I'm going to launch you into social media superstardom, and I want you to tell all the employers out there some trends that you're seeing in employee benefit programs, because you're an expert at that. You're an expert at cutting edge employee benefit offerings, and you have a really good pulse on what's giving employers a leg up right now. So that's your challenge. It's been thrown. You'll look good on camera, I promise. But getting back to the matter at hand, employee benefit program is something that's very critical right now. If you're not reviewing it, you're missing the boat. And there's different components that you can build into your employee medical program, including employee assistance programs for those that are struggling under stress, having mental health challenges. Substance abuse is through the roof. People are resorting to controlled and not controlled substances more now than ever to cope with their stress. We know that has a trickle-down effect to their productivity, presenteeism, absenteeism at work, which is what we care about. We care about them at home too, right? But we care about what are they doing during the hours under my watch, in my facility, out on my job, and are they distracted? Are they not at their best? And if they're not, they're obviously not as productive, but they're also not necessarily being as safe as they should be, which is another double whammy. A lot of double-edged swords here. We've got increased wages, which, as we know, costs our workers' comp program more. Then we pair that with people getting hurt, which makes our mod go up. So now my workers' comp program is getting whacked twice. We have proven solutions in that area. Talk to us. Be out in front of it. If you're calling me after you get your mod in the mail and saying it went up 20%, what do I do? The answers are limited. If you get out in front of these things, the opportunity is much greater. And that's what I would tell you right now, is if you are waiting until renewal season and you are waiting until a few months before whether it's your health insurance, your commercial insurance, whatever it may be, is ready to expire, you're too late. Strategy is so critical right now, and you need to be talking with someone who understands the challenges of the insurance landscape right now, because guess what? None of the insurance companies are claiming that they had wonderful years and that they want to give away insurance for free. They're all looking to raise rates. I'm looking at all the states filing their health insurance rates for the upcoming year, and they're all going up double digits. So there's a lot of things right now that I know you do not want to be on your radar, because you've got so many other matters at hand on your immediate, right in front of your face. But insurance is going to be a challenge. Your health insurance, your commercial insurance, your workers' comp insurance. Risk management will help you minimize the impact of those renewals. But also, if you build in components to give yourself an advantage in attracting talent, in reducing your costs versus your peers. Well, now we just created an opportunity from all these challenges, haven't we? That's why we have the Risk Safeguard Advantage podcast. That's why Sinclair created the Risk Safeguard Advantage process. It's all about gaining an advantage and being successful in today's environment. And we know that the environment we're up against is a challenging one. Everybody's feeling it. We feel it here at Sinclair. We're a family business. Matt Bauer, I mentioned you before, he's the second generation of our family business who likes to stay in the shadows, but I'm going to bring him out in front of you all. He's going to be tremendous next week if he accepts my challenge. This is some social media peer pressure on him. And I look forward to introducing you to Matt, because really employee benefit programs and the way they're structured are a great opportunity right now for you to give yourself an advantage in recruiting and retaining talent, but also coupling that with wellness, communications, education, outreach. Make sure your employees are okay right now, because presenteeism and absenteeism typically account for 2 times what you spend on an annual basis in terms of lost production and profitability to your business. And it's 2 times your annual health spend. So if you're spending $1 million on health insurance a year, you're losing $2 million a year because of increased absenteeism and presenteeism in your workforce. So all of these things matter. When you're making employees feel healthier and safer every week, they're going to be more productive, they're going to be happier, and you're going to notice a succinct advantage to your company. And that's why it's so critical right now, guys. We're all feeling it, but there is a way through. As I said, the insurance market, no matter what side you're looking at, commercial, employee benefits, it's like a landmine right now. Landmine field. They're all out there. There's things that we can step on and boom, now we're in trouble. Well, if you're dealing with someone who can help you navigate that landmine field, knows the path forward, knows where the landmines are buried, your chances of success is so much greater. And that's what I want for you all. First one of this quarter, I want you to be successful. I want you to look at this challenge as an opportunity. Great moments are born from great opportunity. Great challenges create great opportunity. And that's my send-off for you this week. You're going to see challenges. You're going to be tired. You're going to get beat over the head. You're going to feel burnt out. But the good news is there's opportunity there if you look close enough. And I look forward to talking with you about that in the weeks ahead. Take care. Have a great week. Be well. Be safe. Take care.